Listen, listen. Welcome, welcome and good morning. Episode of Rants About Tech Live for this Friday, August 25th. It's episode number 120. Where are we at? 129? Are we at 129 right now? I think we're at 129. We're at 129 right now. What we just saw is the pretty much the date I'm going to put out the crystal nib. It's time to go ahead and put it out in the world. I'm like, man, I'm so happy to see that it's going to be in the world. It's been a long time coming. Not only that, it's been a long time coming for me to get the branding together for Pixel Orange and get that thing going there. So I'm glad you were all here. I appreciate you coming. Oh snap, Pub Free Gaming. What is this live about? Yeah, this live is about getting live and lit in the morning with some tech news and a new crystal nib. Listen, if you don't know Pub Free, you better ask somebody, okay? You better ask somebody. That's the only thing I can say about that one. Let's go ahead and get the air horns going for the chat crew that's in here already this morning. Like, I really appreciate you guys being here. eInk as always. We got The Rock in here. Come on, gotta give it up for The Rock. We got Aaron in here. We got Mr. Mike in here. We got my brother in here. We got who else? Who else we got in here right now? Oh, I thought I saw BM. We don't see BM. And you know what? Air horns for the Randos that came in today. Listen, we appreciate you. First and last time viewers, we need you guys, okay? So we got to keep it up in here. So thank you, Pup Free, for coming. Celio Rum ain't really new. I've seen Celio Rum here before, so Celio Rum ain't new. But yeah, so thank you guys for being here. We don't have a lot of news to talk about today because today is Friday and there's not a lot of huge tech news. I'm going to be honest with you guys. You know tech news before the rest of the people know about the stories I'm talking about. I'm telling you right now. The stories we talk about on here on the lives, people aren't talking about those stories till a day or two after we talk about them. I'm just keeping it real with you. That's how it happens. So the stories that are in the news right now are stories we talked about yesterday and the day before. I kid you not. Go to anywhere you get your news from. We talked about it already. Crystal nib wraps, yeah. So that's what we're gonna talk about here mainly today. Is gonna be the crystal nib. We're gonna talk about the launch date. We're gonna talk about the pricing. We're gonna talk and any questions you guys have. Like we're gonna keep a tally of it here. Where are we keeping tally at? I think we're just gonna keep tally on the Note Air 4C here. We're gonna keep tally on the Note Air 4C. Can I get some lines? There we go. All right, so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to keep tally on the Note Air 4C right here. We're going to name this thing. What are we going to name it? We're going to name it Crystal Nib. Stats or specs. Forgot the C. We got to do that again, chat. We got to do that again. All right, there we go. Crystal nib specs. That's what we're calling this. All right. And we're just going to keep track of all the questions you guys might have about, the crystal nib and, what it's all about. And we'll keep a tally. And we'll go to it every now and again. But until we get that kicked off, let's go ahead and get that kicked off with this thing right here, which is going to be how much is it going to cost. So let's talk about that real quick. So can we get a big marker here? There we go. No, that's not big enough. We need this thing to be big. Matter of fact, let's go with the non-pressure thing one, and we'll bump it up a little bit. Oh, there we go. That works. That works. Okay. Cost. All right, so cost is going to be, I got to get the 99 in there. So this is going to be the cost of the crystal nib. All right. And by comparison, the cost right now on the site for the Supernote nib is $99. So this is going to be, whoa. The palm rejection is not good right now. So that's going to be half the cost of what the Supernote nib is on the site right now. And if you guys don't know what site I'm talking about the Rants About Tech site. Right now, you can get a Supernote nib with this kind of insert with it that you can fit into most EMR pins, with the exception of the Statler. But the crystal nib can fit with the Statler. So, but that's the case right now on the site. But what's going to happen with this is going to be half the cost of that. So I'm hoping to get this into more people's hands than what people are mostly wanting to do with the ceramic from Supernote. Yeah, so this is going to be a little more affordable than that. But it's still going to be a non-consumable part. So this isn't something you're going to have to replace once you get it. It's not going to wear down like felt or plastic might. This is not going to be the case in that. Yeah, this is an e-ink live stream. We do e-ink here. Well, we do a lot of stuff here. We do tech news. We do 3D printing. So we're gonna talk about all of that stuff as well, Puppery. But mostly we dig into e-ink here. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, Dr. Ling, how's it going? Thanks for showing up. But yeah, so that's what it's gonna be. Primarily, it's not gonna be a consumable part, but it's not going to be indestructible, right? So it's like any other ceramic thing. It's like take pottery for example. You buy a ceramic pot for your flour. Um, you're buying that for the qualities of that pot, right? You're not buying it because it's indestructible. Does that make sense? If you wanted something indestructible, you'd probably go get a really thick plastic pot, right? Or you might buy a bag. I've potted, or I'm not potted, but I've grown plants in bags. That's a way to air prune the roots. Check it out if you haven't checked out planting in the bags. But anyway, that's the thing. So when you buy pottery, you're buying it for the qualities of the pottery and what it can do for you, right? You're not buying it to be indestructible, and that's kind of like what this is like, right? It's not indestructible, so you can break it if just like any other ceramic if you were to drop it. It's not as durable as the Supernote nib. I'm going to say that up front as well. It's durable, but not that durable. So if you drop it, you can break it. It has sustained drops on me before, so it's not like it's going to break anytime you drop it, but there's a possibility. So it's not indestructible. It's just non-consumable, meaning you won't have to replace it from wear or using it. So that's the deal with this particular nib. I harvested shrooms from bags, says Mike. Oh, Mike, this is a family-friendly show, Mike. Actually, you know what? They're giving vets shrooms to help with PTSD. So you know what? Never mind. Never mind. What am I talking about? Right on, Mike. Right on. Dr. Ling says, Rod, have you tried the Pilot Dr. Grip Wacom pen? Would love to get the crystal nib for that one. I have not tried the Pilot Dr. Grip pen. I wanted to get that one back in the day. That's one of the pens I want to check out too. So maybe I'll go ahead and get one of those in, like I had to eventually do with the Statler. But yeah, so we're going to do that as well. What else we got here? Yeah, we all about e-ink here, says She Ink. Absolutely. Mashup says I want crystal nibs. All my pens have crystal nibs right now. So the pen I'm writing with now has a crystal nib in it. Down here. Oh, can we go down? There we go. All right, so the pen I'm using now has the crystal nib in it. I've been using crystal nibs exclusively for like the better part of 6 months now. So I haven't used the other ceramic in a while, and just because I want to test it to see what it's like, how durable it is, and things like that. So that's why I can speak to its durability. I've been using it exclusively. I also have it here, like I said, like you saw in the video, for the Statler here, Nora's Digital Jumbo. So we also have the crystal nib for this pen here, and these are all going to go on sale Friday. So that's the cost right there. We can go ahead and take this away. All right, so that's the cost. The win. Just like I said in the video, it's going to be August 1st of this year. So August 1st. So in another week, next Friday. So next Friday is the day I'm going to start selling them on the site again. Where? That's going to be at the Rants About Tech website. So. And that's this site here. Let's actually go there real quick. Let's hit up the Rants About Tech website. We haven't showed that site in a while here. All right, there we go. Rants About Tech website. We got t-shirts there. If you want to support the channel, that's a great way to do so. Get a t-shirt. We also have, I have a few articles. I don't have a lot of articles there. I'm trying to get up more for the videos that I do, but I've really been trying to go hard on getting some of the stuff that I've had in my mind to create and get out there in the world. So that's kind of like the kick I've been on now. But since this is getting finalized, It'd be a lot more time for videos. But this is the site that I was talking about, and this is where you can buy a lot of those things that I was talking about as well. Okay, so that is the where. Can we get back here? All right, there we go. All right, that is the where. What else can we think of? All right, specs, not consumable. Or yeah, non-consumable. So it's a non-consumable nib, so you won't have to buy more because it's wearing down. You know, as like I said, it's not indestructible. Or is it Ubble or Ibble? There we go. I did it right. Okay, here we go. Not indestructible, just non-consumable. So let's keep that in mind too. What else? Any other questions about the crystal nib? Any other questions about the crystal nib that you guys can think of? We got the date, we got the price, we got the where. Some of the specs about it. Oh, it is a. Put this down. It is a clear ceramic. You know what? You know what? I'm thinking we should probably, you know, we're going to show it again here. We're going to show the video here again since when we get more people. Oh, you know, we just hit 15 people. Listen, today we're talking about the crystal nib. We're going to get the tech news too, okay? But while I have 15 people in here, if you are into this kind of stuff, eInk, tech, some of the maker stuff we're going to be talking about, hit up the Discord. There's a link in the description down below if you want to join the conversation via a live call-in section of the show where we do a call in. I checked the Discord here. Actually, let me go and get that started so we can have a forum for people to go and hang out in there. So I'm going to get that started now. So if that's going to be in the description, link for the Discord is in the description. Come talk with us if you have anything you want to say, or continue the conversation after the live stream. Or you can come to the events channel and raise your hand in the events channel and do the call-in thing, and you can talk on the live with us about whatever question you might have, your opinion, or a story that we're not talking about. Or if you have a question about the crystal nib, that'll be there too. So let's go ahead and get that started. Event channel, start the stage, live, 129. There we go. All right, so the stage has been set. If you want to join us, link in the description, come to the events channel and raise your hand. Oh, Alex said I'm raising my hand. Oh God, we got a system tech in here. We got a system tech in here. Okay, so you have to raise your hand, or I can invite you to say something, but it's best if you raise your hand so at least I know you want to say something. I'm not just inviting people to talk who don't want to talk. Some people just want to hang out in there, and that's cool too. That's cool too. All right. So yeah, just remember, raise your hand if you want to say something while you're in there. All right. So anyway, what else are we gonna say? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and show the video one more time since we got 16 people in here. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more. I should probably say these things more, but I'm not. Let's show that video one more time. If I can find it. Can I find the video? I probably can not. There it is. Okay, let's check it out again. Crystal Nib video. The launch video. There we go. There we go. All right, Crystal Nib launch video. Let's check it out again. Oh boy, I killed it. All right, we got started over. All right, there we go. There we go. Clear ceramic nib. There we go. Fits most standard EMR styli. I haven't found one that it doesn't fit yet. We're gonna test that pilot grip and see what's going on with it. Oh snap, we got people in there. Okay. After the video shows, we're gonna get to the live call-in section. Okay, all right, now that we got that video out of the way. So we're gonna go to the Discord and see what we have over here real quick. And see if we got anybody that wants to say anything. System Tech is the only person in here. People are raising their hands in the chat. You gotta go to the Discord and raise your hand. not in the chat. Click the link in the Discord. It takes you right to the events channel, or you can just click the Discord link in the description, and it'll take you to Discord, and you just join the events channel. So either way you want to do it is fine with me. But if you do want to say something, that's where you raise your hand at. You join there. There's an option to raise your hand. I see that, and I say, oh, that person wants to say something. Let me invite them to say something, and then you can talk. But anyway, yeah, that's how you do it there. You don't have who doesn't have Discord? Pub Free Gaming. It's in your name, gaming. Pub Free. There's a disconnect here over Discord. Well, if you did have Discord, you could have done that. I assume that a lot of people had Discord, especially people who watch live streams. I assume they have Discord. All right, you guys. So that's going to be it. And what else do we have here? Do we have any other stats to talk about for the crystal nib? There we go. We can put that. We can actually write with this. Like I said, this is the crystal nib and the Statler. We can write with that. So fits. Fits most EMR styli. What else? Very good reverberation. There we go. There we go. And if you don't know what that is, that's like the feedback you get. So I'm gonna say this about feedback when you're writing, right? And styli. If you're someone who likes eInk and you like writing on digital displays that may or may not have a film on them for writing texture, you feel the ridges of the texture that they have on there for the writing film with something harder than plastic or rubber or felt. When you get to the harder materials like ceramics and the titaniums and what else do we get? What else do we have that's pretty rugged? That's pretty much it, I think, as far as the hard materials go. If I'm missing anything, chat, let me know. But as far as those harder materials go, that's when you get into the realm of being able to feel those grooves and those peaks and valleys in the surface that you're writing on, much like you can on paper. And you can that feel reverberates from the tip of the pen to your hand, so you can feel that in the pen when you're writing. Now, that's a really that's for people who like the tactile nature of writing, right? If that means something to you, then that will this aspect of writing with a harder nib will definitely mean something to you as well. So that's kind of how I see that. And reverberation is something that is so important that Onyx, the company who makes a lot of eInk devices, right? They try to simulate that with motors, with haptics in the pen that they have, right? So that's how, they also know that it's important. People who make these devices know how important that aspect of writing is, because they're simulating it in pens that don't have surfaces, or in pens that come with devices that don't have surfaces that can simulate that, right? So, but when you get a harder nib like this, that's something you get off just from the aspect of having a harder nib that can sense those peaks and valleys in the surface that you're writing on. So that's the thing for me, and that's why I like harder nibs like this so much. And the fact that I can get one that can fit in any pen that I have. Because right now, if you want ceramics, there's only really one way to get it, and that's to buy a Supernote product. But with this on the market, you can put this in any pen you want. So if you have an EMR stylus that you're most favorable to, or you have one that you just like the way that it feels, you won't have to sacrifice that particular pen to have that expressive writing experience. And if you want to just use it for writing on your Supernote products, right? If you just want to use whatever pen you want with your Supernote products, but you also want to have a ceramic tip on that particular pen, this is an option for you. What else we got here? Very good reverberation. I don't know. I think that's it. Let's go to the chat real quick. See if you guys have any questions that you want me to write down here. Is it only clear, says Aaron. Right now, it's only clear. I'm researching ways to bring orange, of course, white, and I don't think I'm going to do a black because that would be kind of confusing to what Supernote does. So, and I don't want to encroach on that whole thing, especially, you know, I like it to be different in some kind of way other than how it feels, because it does have a different feel as well. I will say that. eInk has tried it, and also Jay has also tried the crystal nib, and they can attest to it feels different. Like it's not. I won't dare say it's better. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go that far. I have my personal bias towards it, right? But I will say that it's a different feel that also feels as good. So if not better, I will say that. Pupfree said that's my old username that I use since 2021, and my FPF I never changed anything. Oh, my bad. I didn't even see that you had come in there. We got Assistive Tech in there right now though. My bad. I didn't see you in there. The Inkspire haptic feedback stylus that came with the Tab XC feels awful in my humble experience or humble opinion. Solid state. That's the thing that I'm saying. Like that's a kind of testament to having that actual tactile feedback versus the simulated feedback. From what I can understand, it does it in times where it probably shouldn't, and to a degree that it probably shouldn't, and it's all the time. So I don't know. I'm sure they'll get better with it over time, as things always do, right? But right now, as far as the accuracy, the feel, the tactile nature of EMR styli with a nib like this, whether it's titanium or ceramic, that's to me where it's at for the most bang for your buck in simulating that writing on paper, whether it's for pencil or pen feel you're going for. That tactile feedback is definitely important. I'm sending you the Kaweco. Make sure it fits, but I'm buying two. Okay, no doubt, Aaron. I appreciate that. Do you know the radius of the crystal tip offhand? Yeah, the crystal tip is 0.7 radius at the tip. It's 0.7. It is some of the specs on it too. So let's talk about that too. So that brings me to some other good points. So some of the specs of it. It has a polished surface. So it's polished. So it has a polished surface, and that's a rounded polished surface on the end there. What else? It's 0.7 millimeters at the tip. Where are we at? What other specs can we talk about here? If you guys think of anything else, drop it in the chat. We'll get to it. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, thank you for joining me. This is Rants About Tech Live. We normally talk about the tech news of the day, and more specifically eInk tech. And now we're getting into a lot of maker tech because your boy's making stuff too. So, and we have a lot of people in the eInk community who are also makers. But no matter what you like, you can come here and get some of that if you come here at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, till kind of whenever. But today we're specifically focusing on the crystal nib that I'm launching as a product into the eInk community to give everyone an option for ceramic nibs, because there's really only one option for ceramic nibs right now, and you have to have a particular pen for that. But if you want ceramic for your just random off-the-shelf EMR pen, there's no option for you. Up until now, now there will be an option on the market for those people who just want a ceramic tip for their Lamy. You got a all-star Lamy right here, right? You want a ceramic nib for your all-star Lamy? I got you. You want a ceramic tip for your Remarkable pen here, which I gotta say, I like my crystal nib in the Remarkable 2 pin on the Remarkable. I couldn't say that about the Supernote, and I've gone on record many a times in beginning my e-ink journey saying that. But true. Boox, if you want, listen, I highly suggest you don't do this. Put ceramic, a crystal ceramic in this. This is a Boox, the standard Boox pen. If you want to put it in landfill trash, that's your prerogative. I suggest you don't though. Buy something way better, okay? That's the first thing you do. Don't change the nib first. You change the pen. All right. when if you got this right here, don't do it to yourself. Again, a Statler. So if you have like just any random pen you might have, I fit it in. What else we got over here? I fit it in the triangle Boox pen. The one that looks like the Statler. It's all white. Awesome pen, by the way. I love that pen. I don't like the way this eraser point part feels on the Statler. I gotta say, I'm doing a video on that. It's not gonna be scathing. It's not, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, so those are the things that you can do with this particular crystal nib. So that's going to be an option. Again, like if you like, subscribe if you guys kind of want to see more of this content. And yeah, thank you for joining me. If you don't know, again, we're talking about the crystal nib here today and some other tech news we got going on a little bit later on. Congrats on the release of the nib. Design to production is always a journey. Glad you're at the end. Absolutely, Duroc. It's been a long journey getting this done, but I'm glad that I'm here and I can get out to everyone who wants to try it and let me know how they feel. HN, thanks for joining me. I was late. Did you give the price point earlier? I did give the price point. So let's bring that chart back up here. This is kind of the detailed chart again. So the cost is going to be $49.99 for the crystal nib. August 1st, 25. Rantaboutech.com is where you'll be able to get that on that date. Non-consumable, not indestructible though. So it's not indestructible. You can break it. It's just not consumable. Kind of like I said before, the analogy was buying a ceramic pot. You don't buy a ceramic pot because it's indestructible. You buy it for the properties of that particular material when you plant whatever you're planting in it. This is the same thing. You're buying for the properties of the material that you're using, not because it's indestructible. It fits most EMR styli. I haven't found one that it doesn't fit yet, other than the Statler, and I've already modified the Statler for it, so they will. If you let me know you want the Statler one, which that'll be in the store as well, that's a different nib altogether. You won't be able to fit the Statler in a normal EMR, just like you can't fit a normal EMR stylus nib into a Statler. It has a special tip design to it, but I've adopted the crystal nib for that, so it works in the Statler as well, and you'll have the option to pick that on the site. Oh yeah, what else we have here? Polished surface. So the surface of the nib is polished. The radius of the tip is 0.7 millimeters. And that's what we have for the specs. Oh wait, for e-ink drawing devices. Yeah, e-ink note-taking devices mainly, but drawing devices too. Drawing devices too, Puffrey. The price sounds great. Why do you think Supernote didn't do what you did? I don't, it's just a business situation, right? I don't think it's that they couldn't do it. It's just that it's just not financially beneficial to do it, I guess. Because if it was financially beneficial, they would have done it. So it in some way, shape, or form, it's not financially feasible for Ratta to do this right now. Oh, diameter, my bad. Diameter of the my bad. Not the radius. The radius is half of the diameter, right? So, my bad. But yeah. Yeah, so it's, and Shing says, for any EMR enabled e-ink device. So, yep, Remarkable, Onyx, Boox, tablets, Supernote, and Kindle Scribe. Yep, for all those kind of devices there. And it means more if it has a textured surface, right? Because the reverberation is kind of one of the biggest selling points of ceramic tips, and the fact that they're non-consumable is a big selling point of ceramic tips as well. And they don't splinter. I don't know if titanium splinters because I didn't use titanium for very long. I tried it, didn't like it very much, and went back to ceramic. but so I don't know if the rumors about or the stories about titanium splintering and damaging devices is true. I don't know that at all. But I do know I just didn't prefer it over ceramic, so I just kind of stuck with ceramic. Okay, so that's that. I think those are all the stats. You know what we should do? We should show the video one more time. We should show the video one more time, and then we'll end this little section here, and we'll go on to the tech news of the day. Which again, like I said, it's not much. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not very much at all. Oh boy. I want this. There we go. Okay. All right, let's start this from the beginning here. Can we? Oh, we should be able to. There we go. All right, let's start this from the beginning. Now, this particular nib is the standard nib. It's not the Statler nib. So it's got the more arrowhead shape to it. The Statler is like a really long spearhead shape to it. All right, so again, next Friday. Oh, a couple of things we got to talk about too that I want to do. That we're gonna do Friday for the launch. So what we're gonna do Friday for the launch too. Oh, let me turn this off, you guys. My bad. So what we're gonna do too for the launch, we're going to have a launch event. So I'm gonna be giving away a nib for free to someone who wants one. So all you have to do is join the live stream Friday. It's going to be a live stream Friday morning. We're going to talk about the news, and then Friday evening around. I think I'm going to do around 6 or 7 o'clock. What do you guys think? What time is a good time to get the maximum amount of people on a live stream in the evening on a Friday who want to go out because it's nice outside? We should probably not do it on a Friday. Oh boy, I just shot myself in the foot with that date. I just shot myself in the foot. But anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a live stream to where we anybody that's in the live stream will be eligible to win that particular crystal nib of their choice, whether it's the Statler one or the standard one. And we'll do some other fun stuff too. We'll have a drawing for the Manta Spine as well. So someone will have is going to get the ability to get one of those, and let me know how they feel about that. I mean, you obviously have to be a Manta owner, right? But this is going to be kind of the final production grade one that I want to kind of test out before I finalize everything. And so someone will get the opportunity to get one of those for free and let me know how they feel about that. So that's all going to happen next Friday, but I will put a post out on YouTube and in the Discord for that. Again, if you're not in the Discord, you should be. Join us. In the description of this video is a link for the Discord, and also there's a link for the call-in section of the show where you can call in, but I say call in, but you got to raise your hand. You got to go to Discord, join the events channel, which we have a link that goes straight to the events channel in the description of this video. And once you get there, you can raise your hand, which is the call in signal. I'll know it, and I'll raise you up to the top where you can talk and say what you want to say on live with me. And let me know your opinion. Let me know your comment, and we can have a conversation about that thing for a short period of time. Short. Okay, all right, let's do it. Let's see if we got anybody over there real quick. All right, no one's in there. But if you did, the option is there. You could call in. If you have Discord, though. We just realized pub free gaming. I'm thinking gamers got Discord. That's not true. Pub free, no Discord. What time is it and time zone will it be? Okay, so I don't know the specifications of the live stream yet because I'm going to try to get some crowdsourced information about what time will be the best for everybody. I'll post the finalized date for the live stream Monday. So I'm going to get some voting posts going in the Discord and on YouTube before I announce the actual time. But the date will be next Friday. That date is set in stone. So the time is up in the air still. But it'll be finalized come Monday. So if you want to join that conversation in that live stream, pub free, it's going to be lit, okay? We do the dang on thing over here. Join us. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Pick me for the free one, says Dr. Ling. It's going to be a drawing. So what I'm going to do is just put everybody who's in the live stream there that day. Your name is going to a hat. I'm picking names randomly, and then that's going to be that. You know what would be cool? It would be so awesome if the triangle file system was working from Jay, and we could just write everybody's name in a file, have that word soup come up, and then we just whatever name is the biggest in the word soup, that'll be the winner. Because from what I understand, it does a random jumble of words from a file, and that would be awesome for this. Time zone, Eastern time. So I'm in Philadelphia right now, United States, Philadelphia. The state is not important. Philadelphia is the only thing that's important about the state. So Philadelphia, Eastern time, New York time, if that makes more sense. I think we should all get on UTC. I'm not going to hold you. I think UTC is probably the best way to tell time. And I think the whole world needs to get on board with that. Rants about tech for UTC. Anyway, so that's that. Live stream coming where someone will get a chance to win a crystal nib of their choice. And we're going to be doing a prototype giveaway for the Manta Spine. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. And we're going to talk eInk and tech and talk crap too. Okay? So that'll be that. All right. We're done with that. Let's get to the tech news, shall we? All right. You got to have a reset. You got to have a sound effect. You got to have a transition of some type. You got to have some kind of reset when you're going on to other things. And those other things, what does that mean to us? That means the iPhone. The iPhone beta, but other iOS devices too. Apple releases public betas of its new software updates with Liquid Glass. So the public betas are out. So, we don't have to deal with other reviewers and journalists' opinion of it. Most people can get their hands on this now if you wanted to upgrade your phone to the beta. So the way you do that, I got the link in the description. So if you want a link to this link right here, you can go to the description, find this page, and go to that link, and that's where you can download your version of this particular software from and get some instructions on how to do that. But from what I understand, I'm not impressed by it. How do you feel, chat? We talked about Liquid Glass yesterday, and the day before, I think. What do we think? Are we concerned about Liquid Glass? Do we care? Do we care, chat? I'm going to read it anyway. Apple has officially released the first public betas for the next major software updates. The list of new betas include iOS 26, iPad OS 26, Mac OS, Tahoe 26. Come on, why are we still doing Tahoe? Why are we still doing Sonoma? If we're going for total and utter, we're trying to meld all of these things together into one cohesive package. Why the Tahoe? iPad is not Tahoe. Moving on. Watch OS 26 and TV OS 26. We have more information here about how to go about installing them on eligible devices. The biggest thing you'll notice about the software update is that they have a new design language Apple is calling Liquid Glass. The design language is inspired by Vision OS, and we could definitely tell that. As the name implies, features a lot of transparency. I felt it was a wild change to my iPhone when I tried the first developer beta. And Apple has already tweaked some of the transparency and changed how Control Center looks in subsequent betas. The new operating systems also have an updated numbering scheme. They now all end with 26. Like I was just talking about, they all end with 26, but why the Tahoe? Just taking cues from how the car industry names its cars after the following year. No, I'd say taking cues from Samsung. That's what I'd say. But moving on. It's a simpler and better system if you ask me, and it should make it easier to know if you're on the newest software. But I think how it looks, though, I'm not impressed. What do we got, chat? I don't know about what time zone. And so it would be 10 a.m. for me. Yeah, that's fine. I think Liquid Glass looks fine to me. I don't like Liquid Glass. It doesn't look any too much different or better than what they were doing before. Like I said, the transparency aside, the chamfered edges is the biggest thing that I see here. They got the chamfered edges that kind of reflect the light. That's the effect that they're like going for here. I think that's the only new thing. That might be the only new thing. What else we got here? We have a web guide and experimental AI organized search results page. Google's going, instead of instead of just going all in with the AI browser like other companies are starting to do, they're clinging on to like maybe one day they'll do it. We're launching WebGuide, a search labs experiment that uses AI to intelligently organize the search results page, making it easier to find information and web pages. The guide groups web links in helpful ways, like pages related to specific aspects of a query. Under the hood, WebGuide uses a custom version of Gemini to better understand both a search query and content on the web, creating more powerful search capabilities that better surface web pages you may not have previously discovered, similar to AI mode. Okay, they should just go all in with that. And it shouldn't be a mode anymore. Let's just change the whole thing to an AI browser, shall we? WebGuide WebGuide uses a query fan out technique, concurrently, using multiple related searches to identify the most relevant searches. For example, try for open-ended searches like how to solo travel in Japan, or try detailed queries on multiple sentences like my family is spread across multiple time zones. What are the best tools for staying connected and maintaining close relationships despite the distance? I don't know how helpful this seems, honestly. To start, we'll make the web guide accessible to opt-in users from the web tab on search. From the web tab, okay, all right, good. Where you can easily switch back to standard web page results anytime. Over time, as part of the lab's experiment, we'll also start to show AI organized results in other parts of search, including the All Results tab, as we learn where they can be most useful in helping people discover the web. All right, I'm not sure how useful this would be. What do we think? So I want to try this, actually. Oh my goodness. I actually want to try this. My bad, chat. I wasn't even showing the webpage I was reading from. This is it. This is the web guide for experimental AI organized search results page. A new framework for doing search and how AI helps us do search, but I don't know if it's super helpful, but I definitely want to check it out. Let's see if we can pull this up here. Oh, web guide. There we go. Oh, let's try this web guide thing here. Search on web guide. Okay, cool. So web guide is on now. Let's see what we can do here. What are we interested in, chat? What are we interested in? Let's try this web guide. Let's say let's do some. We'll do some ink related. Not how to get started photography. So I'm asking it, what's the best eInk note-taking device? So what it surfaces is, it surfaces a couple of sites with eInk related content, with best of eInk content. And then you can get more of that. Okay. Then it gives you a short summary. It looks best note-taking devices according to it. Okay, it gives you a short overall summary. It looks like the best eInk note-taking devices according to a recent video are the Supernote A5X2, Manta, Boox Tab XC, and Boox Note Max. To help you choose, I've gathered expert reviews and user opinions on top eInk tablets, focusing on their note-taking features. Okay. Expert reviews of eInk note-taking devices. The reviews highlight that while Remarkable Paper Pro excels as a writing tablet, With its large display and distraction-free design, other models like the Kindle Scribe and Onyx Boox Tab Ultra C offer unique features such as combining e-reading and note-taking and a color e-ink display, respectively, catering to a range of users' needs. So it gives you a short overview as well. I mean, this is akin to the AI overview to me. I mean, this is just a differently formatted AI overview. Am I wrong? What do we think, chat? I mean, I could be wrong here, but that's what this looks like to me. A differently formatted AI overview. It says it would surface content that you may not have seen before, but I mean, Engadget is a pretty popular publication, and they have that at the top. I don't know how to surface something I may not have seen when that's one of the most popular searches that someone may have clicked on because they're one of the most popular names in online journalism for technology. That is, eWritable is maybe something I would not have seen. I'm not sure if I agree with the assessment about the Manta, the Boox Tab XC, and the Boox Note Max. Well, I mean, there could be a case made for those being the best. There could be a case for those being made for those being the best, for sure, without a doubt. All right, what else we got here? All right, so I got a chance to see the Galaxy S 25 Ultra. Amy picked one up the other day. So I had a chance to see it, and I just wanted to share my opinion on my initial take on looking at the hardware. I love it. I love it. Everyone's talking about the Z Fold here, then the Z Flip. But I gotta tell you, I really do like that their flagship phone here. It looks good. Oh no, remind me later. It looks really good. It's massive. It's got a massive screen. Those cameras on the back. This picture, I mean, none of the pictures I've seen does the camera bumps justice. They're massive. Like, yeah, that doesn't make it look massive at all, but they're massive. Like, she's gonna have to get a super thick case to make the back of this phone flat. I mean, I am too when I get the Pixel. I know I'm gonna have to do the same thing when I get the Pixel 10. Whichever one I get. I'm not sure which one, if I'm going to get the Fold or if I'm going to get the regular 10, but we'll see. Pixel Glass, a lot of people like Pixel Glass. Or not Pixel Glass, Liquid Glass. Pub free. A lot of people do like it. I personally don't like it, but I haven't liked an Apple operating system design in a long time. I do like the products though. I'm using a Mac, for goodness sakes. I mean, I MacBook Pro it out. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it in either laptop in my opinion. But I'm not keen on all of their decisions for sure. Not since Steve Jobs. Listen, I was the biggest Steve Jobs fan. The biggest Steve Jobs fan. So when Steve Jobs went and they started doing things that Steve Jobs said Apple would never do, I was out. I was done. My last iPhone, no, I wasn't my last iPhone. My last iPhone before the 12 Pro was the 4S. I think I showed that thing on a live stream a few days ago. I still got it because it's my favorite phone design ever. Nothing to me comes close to that thing anymore. That thing was perfect. Sheik says, what makes the Pixel the phone for you, Rod? Well, the Pixel to me is just the phone for, I don't know really. You know what? Initially what it was the fact that Google made versions of Android for their phones without bloatware. There were no ads for things. There was no software there that you didn't want. You know what I mean? That you would have to delete, but then you couldn't delete it because it's one of the things that they make you have on the phone for a whole host of reasons. But I like that Google released theirs and it didn't have any of the bloatware. And what was cool too is that Google, companies that worked with Google like Samsung used to make we talked about this a couple of days ago too, but Samsung used to make the Google phones. There was a Samsung Galaxy Nexus phone made, and a Samsung Galaxy S Play Store Edition phone that just had the vanilla version of Android. So it didn't have any of the bloatware. It was just the vanilla Android version with no skin on it, like everyone does. It just, I don't know. I fell in love with the vanilla version of Android, and so Google was the only phones, or Google phones were the only phones offering that. So I've been on Google phones back since they were called the Nexus phones. Even before that, like I said, when Samsung was making their Google phones. The Nexus One, we talked about the Nexus One a couple of days ago. Or was it maybe might have been yesterday? Awesome example of what I'm talking about here. Brother, it's going down to no. No, I didn't want to overshadow the launch. We're going to do. I may touch on some things today, but we won't go all in. HN, how's it going? Out of all your eInk writing devices, what is your preference? I would say my favorite eInk writing device, the one I use every day, is the Nomad. Let me grab that. So this is the device that I use all the time. Now I'm going to say something here, and I'm going to defend this thing by saying a couple other things too. So my favorite device is the Nomad here, and the reason why it's my favorite device is it's super symmetrical, right? No matter how you orientate it, it's the same, right? I love that. I love symmetry in design. Also, get this right here. Also, its size lends it to you being able to take it anywhere. It fits nicely into my car console. For when I'm driving, I might be at a stop sign and I have an idea. It's typically on, so I can just write down my idea real quick, and like I would a regular notepad and go about my day. It doesn't need a front light. You know what I mean? It has the Supernote platform itself. This isn't a Nomad specific thing, but the Supernote format or platform itself has the quick access menu. Let's go ahead and show that real quick. So we have a quick access menu that you can get to right here, and you can organize this quick access menu however you want, right? This is the app section of this quick access menu. You can pull and add to and subtract apps from there as you want, organize them how you want in this area. So that's customizable. You can put notes, documents, and whole notebooks and folders here that you can recall at the swipe. You know what I mean? So if I want to get back to a note, I can swipe here. If it's in this list, I can click it and go right there. I think that's beautiful. Up here you can get back to your last open note. Say you don't know what that note is, but you want to get back to it real quick. You can hit there. Your last open document, you can get back to in one click. Your recents format. So I think this menu right here is what keeps me using this thing every day, and it's literally my second brain system now. I'm going to talk about second brain for a second. My mind I see second brain as this. And you can do any research you want to kind of justify or check this if you want. I encourage anyone to do their research. Writing, to me, is the invention of the second brain system. Without writing, you don't have documentation to organize, to distill, and do whatever other technique you want to do to it. You have nothing to do anything with if you haven't documented it. And documentation for human beings started with writing. So the invention of writing, which we did thousands of years ago, was the invention of the second brain system. Once we started taking things that we were thinking in our head, writing them down on something that we can come back to later when our memory will and has failed us, we can recall that thing with some accuracy. That was the invention of the second brain system, and it started with writing. Without writing, you don't have a second brain system. There are new techniques and ways of doing that, right? Now we don't have to write. We can type stuff, right? And put them into digital notebooks like Notebook LM. We can put them into digital organizing bits of software like Obsidian, right? We can do all of these things, and these are other ways and techniques and forms of a second brain system, but that does not take away from the fact that the creation of the second brain system happened once we started writing things down. That was the start of it. And without writing and documentation, you don't have a second brain system to even organize and to build on. But this is my second brain system, and I write as a form of documenting. So this is the device I use every day. I might use other devices too, and I do. Like, this is the device I use. It's situational. My Note Air 4C is the device I use for prototyping and drawing things because it has excellent drawing software on here. The writing is really good too. The reader is really good too. There are reasons why I don't use this to organize my thoughts, because it doesn't do as good of a job as organizing and getting me back to the thought that I was having. When I'm being scatterbrained and like, oh, I'm doing 6 different things at one time. What was the last thing I was doing? More times than not, I get back to those thoughts way easier with this system than I do this system. And that's why I use this one on a daily basis. I can't even talk about the Remarkable. Like I was going to talk about this the other day. Like, what can you do with a Remarkable after your Connect service has gone? What can you do? Pupfree says, I'm going to go to sleep now. Good night, tech fans. Good night, Pupfree. I can't deal with Samsung Android OS. So much garbage. No doubt, HN. It's a lot of bloatware. And there's a skin that's on top of it. Google is a really stripped down version of Android that you won't get when you're buying, from Samsung or any of the other Android makers, Nothing also has a skin on their Android devices. So you see skin versions of Android everywhere. I think the only one who doesn't do that is Google, right? But anyway, I like that version. Nice to meet you, Pupfree. After using the AI Paper Mini, I see why the Nomad is your favorite device. The Mini is slowly turning into my favorite ink tablet. The size matters too, right? What device can do is just a small component of it. The size, I think, matters a lot. Because I can just take this and put it anywhere, slip it in most size bags that I have and not take up a lot of room. It's the portability, the durability too. I've dropped these things everywhere. It survived a lot with me. And if you know me, I'm hard on technology and stuff. So it's to survive me, you have to be pretty sturdy. After you mentioned you were in Philly. Can we do local pickups, or do you prefer shipping out your products? Oh wow, I didn't even know. Yeah, if you wanted to get one in Philly, that would be that would be the absolute option. And it would be kind of cool to see someone from the channel. So that would definitely be an option. What I'll do is one reason why it's going to be a week distance is because I'm still working with the site, trying to get, I'm trying to set up member discounts for members of the channel to get a discount on the product as well, on all products, excuse me, from the store. So I'm trying to set that up. That was something I couldn't do with my other website, so I'm trying to figure out a new website now. I'm learning a lot of new things about it. I spent way more time than I should have at Square. Squarespace is so much better than Square. Don't get it confused. I thought Square was Squarespace in the beginning. No, it's not. It was such a ordeal. Anyway, but yeah, I'm setting up discounts on the site, so that's why it's going to take a week. So they've assured me that we can get this discount thing set up before Friday. So we should be good to go. All right. So I think that's all we really pretty much had. I don't want to go too much over an hour today. But I did want to make these announcements, hit on some tech news I thought was good for the day, and say what up to everybody. I'm going to be in Philly in about a week. I might just pick up then. Okay, no doubt. Aaron, that would be awesome. Like I said, to meet some people from the interwebs would be very cool. Especially to add to the drama and the lore of the live stream. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. All right. So I think that's gonna be no. We got one more thing. One more thing to talk about, you guys. Again, if you like the content, hit the like button. If you want to see more live streams like this, and I got tech videos on YouTube too, hit the subscribe button. Check the channel out. If you want to join us in the Discord after to continue these conversations, hit the Discord link up in the description. There's a call-in section that we're doing. No one's in there right now. But if you're inclined, you can call in hit up the events channel link in the description, and go there and raise your hand. I'll see it and invite you to a conversation if you want to say something. That'll be our radio call in. That's how we do our call ins here. Okay, that's just what it is. All right. So thank you for watching, and appreciate you being here. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to the last thing we got here, which is going to be something on the maker side of things. As you guys know, I've been trying to do some things with some 3D printing stuff, and I'll be doing I got the X tool over here where I'm doing laser cutting, engraving. I'm doing, and now I'm like learning template cutting, like for vinyl. This is one of the things I learned that I want to share with you guys before we get out of here. Okay, if you're someone who does any of this DIY crafting, making, manufacturing things, okay, there's a thing called transfer tape when you use vinyl. Okay, you use it to take the vinyl from where it's at for after you've cut it or after it's been cut, and to transfer it onto the thing that it's the place where it's going to live, right? Where you want it to be at, right? There are different grades of this transfer tape, as you can see here. Any way to salvage this transfer tape, too sticky for supposedly repositionable vinyl letters that don't stick to anything. Okay, so the vinyl, this lady right here. Now, I think her problem was that she was trying to stick the vinyl to that wood that looks like it has some kind of polish on it, right? It looks like it's been polished because it's kind of shiny. Okay, it's got lacquer or something on it. She should have probably cleaned that off with some alcohol or some soap or something. I don't know. That might have helped the situation. But for the purposes of what I'm about to say, I bought, like, I can't find it right now, but I bought this transfer tape that has a purple backing, okay? Don't use the purple backing transfer tape if you're doing regular vinyl. You're going to get the vinyl stuck onto the tape. It's not going to come off, okay? For some reason, the tackiness of that tape is tackier than the tack that's on the vinyl, and it's just going to pull the vinyl up and never like let it sit. I worked like to get this, like it took work. Okay, I learned a lot. But one of the biggest things I learned was use transfer tape, okay, that's not tacky first. Start with the lowest grade of tacky and get more tacky as you go, because you might not need a lot of tack to transfer your vinyl over, okay? You may not need a lot of tack. But if you got too much, it's ruined, okay? You're not going to get it off. It's just, now you got a whole roll of something that you can't take back to the store because you've cut pieces off of it before you realized what was going on. So, different tack levels to transfer tape. You got to get the right one, okay, everybody? You got to get the right one, different tack levels. And if you get the right one, your experiences with transferring vinyl is going to be superb. Superb. I mean, also, let the transfer tape settle for about 30 minutes to an hour before you try to pull it off, okay? Get it good and rubbed on there, okay? But let it cure, okay? That's another tip. Let it cure. Don't get too sticky of a transfer tape, and everything will be okay. All right. I think that's it. All right. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Yeah, listen, if you haven't liked already, go ahead and hit the like button. You're at the end of the show. It's 14 people in here. You're at the end of the show. Hit the like button. Come on, chill out. Chill out. Would you sit at a show all day that you didn't like and be like, oh, I didn't like that show. I sat here, but come on, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, though. Thank you to the first and last time viewers. If you are a last time viewer, we need you. We need the first timers too, but we need the last timers. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. We talk about tech, eInk, maker stuff like this, 3D printing. Got the, like I said, the X tool over here we're doing stuff with. Join us. It's a good time. All right, everyone. Until next week, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. We're going to talk more about the polls for the Crystal Nib giveaways and the live stream before Monday. We'll put those polls out. All right, everybody. Take care.